later. But what's going on over here, Andrea?
All right, I'm going to do-si-do beside you, Mary.
Perfecto.
All right, so we're going to do a classic Dublin Coddle.
Ooh.
Yes, and the best thing about this dish is the name.
Yeah, the name is fantastic.
It sounds like cuddle.
Dublin Coddle.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A Dublin Coddle. And it really is warming, and it's like a casserole. It's working class food. It's like something that everyone can make. And initially it was to use up a lot of leftovers.
Yeah.
But it really does use staple ingredients, and when it comes together, it gives you this beautiful hearty meal.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Okay, so what are we going to start with?
All right, we're going to start with a few rashers of bacon.
Oh, streaky bacon.
Streaky bacon.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So you get the bacon in there. It also has a little bit of butter in there.
Okay.
And all you're looking to do is to render off that fat, right? Because fat equals flavor.
Yes.
And this is a really flavorful dish. Typically, you can also do a Dublin Coddle where you just throw everything in the pot and let it go.
Yeah.
But I like to sort of like zhuzh it up. You need a little bit of that caramelization to give some color, some depth.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're building up, right?
Yeah. Technically, you can make a stew by chucking it all in a pot, but time is an ingredient here, and it
100%.
works. Yeah.
100%. So we're going to just take this out and transfer it to a paper towel-lined plate.
Okay.
We're going to leave the fat in now. If you have a lot of fat in there, like, you know, for some reason your bacon's super streaky, you can take some of that fat out. But you definitely want a little bit in there.
Okay, perfect.
Because it's going to add flavor. And next up, we're going to add those sausages in.
Okay.
So we have 6 sausages here. Now, these can be whatever flavor you prefer.
This is a good hearty stew.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's like a stick to your ribs kind of situation, right? We're going to pop them in there. Now, depending on the size of your Dutch oven, you could cut your sausages up just so they could fit in there. But we're looking just to brown these off a little bit.
And what type of sausage are we using?
This is just, I think it's a banger.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
fantastic.
banger,
I mean, we got a band, so we got bangers everywhere today. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to let that do its thing, and in the meantime, we're going to prep some other ingredients. So we have some white onion here.
Beautiful.
Simple white onion, everyone has them. It's like your house onion, Mary.
It is my house onion. You got to have it. House white, house red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Onions, I'm talking about onions. Yeah. So how do you want this chopped?
You could, I mean, it's just, this is like a really simple dish. You could rough chop it, but you could absolutely just do it in some moons as well.
Oh, did you want moons?
I know. I mean, no, you do you, Mary. It's gonna taste delicious, whatever.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do moons this way.
She can do it.
I can do it.
you go.
I was like, guys, I got this. Yeah.
Nice pivot.
Thank you so much. I am the pivot queen. Yes. All right.
So yeah, you can do a couple onions in there. And again, these are things that everyone has at home. And it really ends up turning into this delicious dish. And you know, there's lots of different cultures that make boiled dinners. Like my in-laws are from Newfoundland. They do a jigs dinner where they do like the boiled like salt beef and the cabbage. And it's all reminiscent of a Dublin Coddle.
100%. You chuck it all in a pot and you're good to go.
Yes, you do. All right. So now, where are these guys going, Mary? We're going to put these aside and put our onion in here.
Do you want to? Oh, wait, they're not fully cooked,
we
so
need
we
a
can.
plate.
Where's Mr. Plate? Oh, he's over there.
Oh, okay.
We got him.
All right, so we're just going to take these out. Now, I know I'm giving you a couple extra jobs by like putting stuff in and taking them out.
No.
But you will be rewarded with flavor at the end.
Totally.
All right, let's chuck that onion in there.
Okay, perfect.
It's a little bit of a do-si-do situation.
I was going to say, this is a coddle is fun when you can cuddle it up with your pal, Andrea Buckett.
You got it.
Making a delish meal.
All right, so now we're going to let that cook down a little bit, sweat down. You don't need necessarily, I'm using so many spoons here. Let's just stick with one spoon.
Throw a little salt?
Yes, a little bit of salt always, to bring out the moisture and help to sort of cook those down.
Yeah.
And while those are going, let's talk about potatoes.
Okay.
I mean, you can't have an Irish dish without some potatoes.
It's very true.
Right?
I love a potato.
Yeah. So we're just going to use some. These are one of our favorites. It's a Yukon Gold.
Fantastic.
When they cook down, they get really nice and buttery and fluffy. And you're just going to look to cut those into sort of bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
Now, if you want this to cook faster, you can sort of cut everything a little bit smaller. You can cut your sausages in half. You can cut your potatoes a little bit smaller. But essentially, this is going to cook in about 45 minutes.
Now, I will say, I love the fact that we are doing the whole sausage. It makes it feel a little bit more like a meal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. All right, I am going to swap out my pan because we have some beautiful onions done here already.
Fantastic. Okay.
All right, we are going to put some thyme in here. I don't know if this is like traditional Dublin.
It's traditional Andrea Buckett.
It is traditional. This is my house herb. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like, I find that I can put thyme in almost anything, and it just like really makes it super delicious.
Totally.
All right, we're also going to deglaze the pan.
Okay.
And are we going to do beer?
You could, but
But my mom's Irish.
So-
She's an Egan, so
Yes.
we're doing Irish whiskey.
yeah, we are.
So we're just going to deglaze there and try to get all those
It's going to bring a
bits
nice,
off.
round, beautiful flavor. So
Alcohol also releases all those other chemicals that you can't really draw out without alcohol.
Totally, totally.
So super delish. All right, we're going to go back in with all the good stuff.
Literally. Andrea Buckett knows where the show she's on right now.
We're gonna put the bacon in. We're gonna put our sausages in there.
There you go.
We're gonna put the potatoes in, Mary.
This already looks so beautiful.
And if you've never had a sausage like this, you are gonna be so surprised and delighted because it comes out, it's super tender, it's moist. You know, it's just different than doing it like on a barbecue.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It keeps all that moisture in there. It's just going to cook up so nice and slow and low.
You got it. Let's put a few more sprigs of thyme on there. Let's go in with a little bit more salt because potatoes love salt.
They really do.
Right? Depending on what kind of stock you're using, less or more. And then we're going to cover it with some stock. So you could use chicken stock here. We're going to pour that all over. It gets a nice little cap on her.
Okay,
right?
a little hat.
A little hat, and
Nice.
it goes for about 45 minutes until those potatoes are nice and tender and fluffy and buttery, and those sausages are perfectly
It
cooked
is
through.
going to smell
It
so
smells so
good
good.
in here.
nice.
Okay, so I'm excited about this. This is sitting over there resting. It's all cooked
Yep.
up. So what are we serving up with this?
I didn't think we could do an Irish meal without some cabbage.
Oh, we gotta have
right?
cabbage.
I love some cabbage, and we are going to do it one of my favorite ways. I think the best version of cabbage is when you take it and you roast it,
Yeah.
or you grill it and you get all those beautiful sugars to come out.
I agree.
and-
It's one of those vegetables that I feel like, unless you're having it in coleslaw, I feel like people don't love it. But if you cook it right, oh my gosh, it's good.
Okay, so we just have it out on our baking sheet here, and you can kind of pile it up. It doesn't have to be like in one layer because it is going to cook down. And then we're going to go on with a little bit of oil. So choose your oil of choice.
Oil of choice.
Veggie oil, whatever you got. Then we're going to go on with some salt. Okay, you want to salt this fairly well. Sorry, guys, I have to go with my hands. It's just a chef thing.
No. I was
Right?
gonna say, if you're not, you gotta touch the salt.
Yeah, you got to do
How
it.
much you're using.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
A little bit of peps.
Nice.
And then I want to add sort of a unexpected little pop of flavor,
An Andrea
as I
Buckett pop.
do.
Yes, love.
All right. Now I don't know if this is Irish.
Okay.
Maybe someone can tell me.
Yeah.
But we're gonna add some caraway rye.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
this.
It just adds sort of like an unexpected pop of flavor.
And a little crunch,
A little
too.
crunch, and so you just pop that on there, and we're gonna toss it all up.
Okay.
Then it's gonna go into a 375-degree oven.
Okay.
For about 30, 40 minutes, just until it's done to your
You're
perfection, to
liking.
your
I love
liking.
this, and it's perfect timing because when this is done, you're gonna reveal. Oh, I'm excited about that.
I am. So we have the Dublin Coddle. It's been cooking for 45 minutes, and this is the reveal. Everything is beautiful and tender. I know.
Oh my gosh. Andrea, this looks so good.
Yeah, so this is sort of like comfort food at its best, right?
Yes.
So those sausages are cooked and they're tender. The bacon's in there. Those potatoes are perfectly soft and buttery.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so let's serve it up.
Okay, how do we serve this, baby?
I would say let's just grab a fork, guys, and eat out of here, right?
Makes
But,
sense to me.
You know, let's maybe be a little bit better.
We're
than that.
on TV.
Let's be better than
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna put some cabbage on the plate.
Cabbage looks so good.
And this also creates the most beautiful sort of broth at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Don't throw this out. Like,
No.
if you're not going to eat it, you could actually use this as a base for a soup.
Yeah.
And then you're going to pop on a beautiful sausage
Sausage.
there, a little bit of bacon. Look at all that.
Oh my gosh, I am so. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh, and it's all, like that sauce right over the
Yes.
cabbage
Yes.
as well. Andrea
Yes.
Buckett.
Oh, so there's some garnish.
Little parsley just for a little extra green
A
on
little
there.
extra green. There you go.
Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.